Hi everyone, this is my channel. You are welcome at the Litermort. This is the channel of the modern literature and the literature of the now gone times. And today I'd love to talk a bit about the song of Ville Valo, Vvi, Loveletting. So let's make up the analysis of the literary text of this poem, because every song is a poem, and this one is not an exception, a poem and a beautiful one. Let's talk about it. The song starts with the motif of the endless sorrow. The epithet is actually repeated twice in the first verse. It makes up the dichotomy of the reality and the dream. Actually, the dichotomy is a contradiction of the two axes, of the 2 points which make up the whole, and it makes up the contradiction of the reality and the dream, where the reality is an aggressive fact, negative one, which tears apart the dream as a cannibal animal. And the dream is a tender outset, a tender fact, positive, connected with love, and victimized by the reality. What is interesting is that both axes, the reality and the dream, both find shelter in the heart of the person. The person is the one who speaks up for themselves in the song. It's not Ville Valo himself, it's the persona, the man, the person in his poem. It may or may not be similar to the creator of the song. Ville Valo is the creator, the song is the creation. We are talking not about the creator, who is of course much respected, and well, we are so thankful for this beautiful literary text to give us something to analyze. This is food for our starving mind. So, tearing apart is a metaphor. This metaphor actually gives us a picture of love. Love is tender, and it's easily torn apart by the negative factors of life, or of who we are, because everything is found within the heart. The person is struggling to find love, to find harmony, and all these struggles are broken once by the negativity of this endless sorrow, of the aggressive life, of some negative factors found in the person. So the dream is broken. The dream is slaughtered like a lamb. The dream is torn apart. What else is there about the first verse? In the first verse, we can see a rhetorical apostrophizing love, which is an appeal to love itself. The person of the song appeals to love, and this is followed by a row of metaphors, and this row makes up an allegory, an allegorical image of love. What is love? Love is a road to walk alone, to walk along alone. And love is a never-ending night the person is dreaming about. The epithet, endless, is actually repeated twice in the first verse. It's the reiteration, the repeating of the epithet. Sorrow is endless, and so is the night of the dreamy love of the person. The metaphorical image of the dark, of sorrow, of negative factors is interconnected to the night, the motive of night. It makes up a melancholical mood, the atmosphere of the song. Sometimes when we analyze the literary text, when we analyze a poem, maybe a text without actual textual rhymes. Still, we try to find a whole image where every metaphor, every epithet will find their place where they belong. But sometimes when there are too many symbols, when the poet is just trying to give us the picture of their mood, what is there on their heart, the vibes they're actually feeling right now, then we can't pretend there's a very crystal clear picture of what we find in the song. It's more of an atmosphere of the song. Of course, you don't have to be a literary critic to see that the song is melancholic. It's a very sad song. What we are trying to do now is to find the linkage of the verses, of the metaphorical images, to get into the text, which is beautiful and which is in front of us now. So, again, the motive of dream is repeated. What belongs to the dream? The night of the heart, the love, the lonely seeking of understanding, and the victimhood of love. Love is always slaughtered by the reality, by the couple, by the two hearts being out of sync. They are not compatible. It's not the fault of anyone that this love makes the two cry and further die. It's not the fault of the loving person of the song or the female person. Is it her fault that she is not good enough for the man? Is it her fault that he's still sorrowful in her company? Whose fault is it that being in love, being a couple, they have to struggle alone along the lonely road of their life? It's no one's fault. Maybe the female person will be a perfect heartbeat, totally in sync with another heart. But the two are too lonely, too full up to the brims with the love sizzling inside them. They can't wait. When will this ideal heart get in front of them on their road just to organize immediately an ideal couple? Maybe they will have to wait long enough. And so they are making this unideal couple right now, sharing love, which they have in abundance, and never feeling at ease, never feeling this partnership. This partnership makes them full. Actually, this gives us another idea, which is given through the verses of the song. To be a loving person, one doesn't have to have a partner. Actually, love is not a single experience. Rather, love is a road to walk along. Love is a road, and the person has to make the full way on their own, struggling, maybe in vain, maybe not. Again, we can see another dichotomy, like the clasp. Dichotomy is a clasp of the light and the dark. And these several clasps, that of the night and the light, another one of the dream and the reality, they make up the core of the song. The metaphorical image, the raw images which make up the song. And actually this song, as every poem, as every normal poem, is a raw, like maybe like a lace, of interconnected images. So these metaphorical and clasping with each other images make up the poem. And here we can see the clasp, the dichotomy of the light and the dark, of the reality and the dream. What about the light and the dark? Actually, we can see only the second part of the antithesis, the clasp. The dark, where the light? Nowhere to be found. But what Ville Valo shows us in the poem, one doesn't have to necessarily look around themselves to find both missing parts of the reality, of the dichotomy. You just have to look into your heart. There you will find both parts. The person is actually whole in their heart, maybe sorrowful, maybe full of misery, maybe lonely, but nothing is missing, everything is there. And so, but what we can say about the verses, we don't see the light anywhere. The staging of the poem is on the night side. Okay, let's move on to the second verse of the song, which is actually repeated through the poem, like a refrain, the repeating stanza of the song, of the poem. A loving person is described as a heartbeat, which is actually a metonymy, to be more precise, a synecdoche. When a person is recognized by the beating of their heart, and the heartbeat stays for a whole person, for the human being. Actually, what makes us whole is the intensity of feeling, of the way we feel. But does it make us happier? No. Does it heal us from the endless sorrow in our hearts, from this eternal solitude we are suffering from? No. A couple is described as two hearts out of sync with each other, crying and further dying. Actually, this is an extended metaphor. The two are dreaming of love. Which love? The one let in love, which means, as we have already mentioned, when one is filled up to the brims with love, with this intensity of feeling, intense feeling of loving and sharing love, they can't wait until someone ideal just pops up in front of them to organize an ideal partnership. No, they can't. They can't wait a single moment more, otherwise they will burst with the love sizzling inside. So they start sharing what is filling them up, what is like filling the veins of the loving person. But these two are not meant for each other. He is not the one, she is not the one. They are out of sync. Their major organs, hearts, are out of sync. And so this sharing of love isn't making them happier. It's rather making them cry and further die because they are not compatible, because they are not great together. And so this is the metaphorical image of love in this poem. Love is a necessity, a need for a living being, for a human, for a person whose heart is alive. The third verse, I think, gives us an image of the person, of the persona, of the song, of the man, the one who is walking his lonely road. The person is trapped in a loop and he is chasing shadows. What shadows? The shadows of his past loves, of his past failures, which are never gone, which are always there, haunting the person. And time again, experiencing the hurting experiences of life feels like a trap. And the person is sorrowful, being constantly in the traumatic experiences of their past. But then, further to the ending of the song, the man again addresses not the abstract love being, love itself, as remember he did in his rhetorical apostrophizing love. Now he's addressing the living human being, the female persona of the song, which is not ideal, but she is who she is, a human being, also loving, also trying her best, as we all do. We try our best and we fail. And he's addressing her, showing how beautiful she is, being tender towards her, giving us an opportunity to see that it's nothing of her fault that the two are still sharing the solitude. Actually, this love partnership is nothing more than sharing solitude, sharing sorrow, trying to make something mutual, but ever failing. And this is the highest point of the song. The man of the song, the character of this poem, having big kind heart, never blaming anyone, and never trying to shift the fault, the blame on the shoulders of the female one. Actually, just never finding a road walking along which he will be like full of joy, of happiness, where the shadows will stay apart and where the light of some fulfilling love can come up, and big smiles will just bloom upon the faces. It never happens. So this is the image of love we get from the song of Ville Valo. Thank you for watching. See you on the next videos. Goodbye.